Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, here with another AdoramaPix rapid fire critique. This week I'm here with Andy. Andy, where are you from?
From Southampton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know where that is. That's kind of like around the corner.
Yeah, not too far from you.
Not too far. So are you ready for the harshness, or do you want me to temper it down?
Whatever you feel. I can take a harsh critique.
Yeah. Well, let me say this also to the people out there. Don't get upset with the way that I critique. If I rip on something, I'm not like flat out saying this sucks and not giving any feedback. There's always positive feedback in everything. And so this is the type of harshness that you want. I mean, I personally don't like critiques of my own work because I have my own feelings on it, but really, this is my opinion on the photos that I'm looking at. Just like if somebody else was to look at these 10 or 11 photos, they would have a totally different look on it. So it's, you know, what I say isn't the end all be all. You may not agree with it, but it is what it is. So it's just my quick judgments on these photos. So first photo here, we're outside. What are you shooting with, the D90?
Yes, this was with the D90 and 14-24.
So you got on that 14-24 kick, I've noticed, right?
Yeah, love it, actually.
All right, great. So 14-24, well, I guess with the D90, you can get a little longer here. You're probably zoomed out, right?
Right, yeah.
It's one of those lenses that unless you really know who you're shooting, you can't get too close because like you could start to scare people off when you're shooting ultra wides. It's an okay photo. The composition is good. It puts him off to, you know, one side. He's not right in the middle. What were you trying to convey in the image?
It was actually snowing, and it wasn't really snowing hard, but I just wanted to kind of show that effect. The wind was blowing the snow around. I thought it looked pretty cool. Didn't really show up as good as I wanted it to, but
yeah,
I like the image.
Yeah, I mean, it's an okay image. Processing wise, it's fine. It's black and white. I mean, it doesn't grab me as like the greatest image ever.
Right.
But it's not a bad image. It's a Facebook profile picture. It's actually better than a Facebook profile picture. So it's fine. We'll move on because there's really not much I can say about that. Well, how'd you expose for it? Manual?
Yeah, I shoot everything in manual.
Okay, so that's good. How did you get to your settings? Did you guess a setting and then tweak from there?
As far as exposure-wise?
Yeah.
No, I just usually use the meter in the camera. I mean, I'll expose a little, like one above or one below, depending on the situation. But it turned out pretty well, actually, I thought.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. We've got inside a garage with a deer hanging there.
Yes.
Did you kill the deer?
I did not. The guy who was in the last photo actually did. Him and his dad went hunting, and they called me over. They said they got a deer, and they wanted me to take some pictures for them. So wow, I really like to take environmental, like, portraits like that, so I thought it was a good opportunity to do that, and the lighting was like pretty much perfect, so it worked out well.
Yeah, no, I like the image. I love ultra wides that have a ton of detail because, I mean, oh, now I see like fishing rods on the wall. You know, it's totally a hunter's paradise. Was it very dark that black and white is all that worked?
No, I could do color, but I just thought black and white worked a lot better for it.
Okay. I mean, one of the hardest things, which I think you did okay with in this, when you're shooting ultra wide, is getting your lines straight.
Right.
And what's interesting is sometimes it may look straight at the bottom, and then you get to the top and it's not. It's just weird with that 14-24 because sometimes the top is straight and the bottom isn't, or the bottom is and the top isn't. I like this image. I maybe would have liked to have seen a little more detail, not detail, but a little brighter. Bring the exposure up slightly, and then pump the contrast a little more.
Okay.
It's very close. I would like to see that happen because the deer, he's kind of blending into the ground there. Yeah. You know, I don't know if this calls for fill light followed by upping the blacks or whatnot, but it's close and it's a really cool shot. You know, it really shows the whole scene, and that's the key to shooting ultra wide is showing the whole scene.
Yeah. Thank you.
And that's what you did here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I like this. Again. She's not right in the middle, which is good. What I like about these ultra wide shots with the 14, especially that you're doing this it's basically a 21 millimeter on your D90.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, right. That's like 21 millimeter.
Yeah, so well, the 14 would be really nice on full frame, or it is really nice for this. But you're doing a great job with it. I like the angle. It's not, you didn't use the straight lines this time. You didn't use the walls to stay straight, but it is straight. I can see that from the fan up top. It's just a really cool angle, the way that you shot this one from the corner. Again, personally, I'd like to see a little more contrast.
Yeah, okay.
A little more, but that's me. That's my personal feel. That's
Right, yeah.
you know, this may be like I said to everybody out there, this may be your way of processing. I would process slightly different, but it's a really nicely composed and exposed image. I'm assuming your girlfriend.
My sister, actually.
I'm assuming your sister. Who's the band on the wall?
I think it's Boys Like Girls. She's like obsessed with them, so she likes them a lot. So
Okay.
she's got pictures all over the place.
Is the ice cream man here, or is it at your place? Oh, it's here. The ice cream man just went by. It's that time of year with the ice cream man.
It is.
So I
I
like this image. I like it. Again, a lot of detail, yet she's not far away using that ultra wide angle lens. And your D90 held up pretty well in this.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, are we at your girlfriend yet?
This is my girlfriend, yes.
Cropped or not cropped?
Not cropped. Never cropped.
Oh, well, I like hearing that. Shot raw?
Every time.
All right, so you like black and white, don't you?
I do very much.
Yeah, I like black and white also. Nice shot of the eyes. What lens?
14-24 again.
So you're on a 14-24 kick.
Yeah. I did this with some other lenses, but yeah. I like it a lot sharp, so.
I mean, usually with something like this is a 70-200 type lens to shoot with, but you did all right with it. It's a shot of somebody's eyes. Not much else to say, right?
Right.
It's an all right shot. I like your environmental portraits better.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you there.
Studio light or what?
Yes. Strobes. Took a studio lighting class last semester, and got some pretty good work out of it.
Yeah.
I believe this was one light to his right. I'm not exactly sure of the power or anything like that.
Yeah. This is where a little kick back into the face on the left-hand side of his face would have come in handy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, even like a bounce card. Just a little bit of a bounce card to fill in the light. Composition's close. You're really close to the top of his head, even though that's not the main focus. This is where I would like to see it fully centered. This is one of those images that I think if he was slightly more to the middle, it would have just, and it probably would have wrapped some light around too if you moved a little bit.
Yeah, probably right.
But, you know, I'm all right with it. But those are just the quick things that come to my mind with that. Give me some information on this thing.
Again, studio lighting class. We were shooting just randomly for a project, and the drama club wanted to get pictures taken, so they all got dressed up, and I took this shot. I liked it a lot. I thought it was
this is one shot, right?
One shot. Yep.
Yeah, it's a killer group shot, band shot, whatever it is. It works very well. Band shots aren't great, but this looks pretty natural. And a lot of people will try to cheat today, where they'll take portraits of each person and then cut and put them into this positioning. I think this is a killer studio portrait shot in terms of composition. Being that you didn't crop, right?
No.
No, because everything's even left to right in terms of the guy's head is almost the same distance from the left as it is to the right. You've left enough room, not a great amount of headroom. It's composed perfect right with the guy's chest, how it cuts it here. I'd like more contrast, but that's just me.
Yeah, I like a lot of contrast too, but I don't know. I have the tendency to lose the eyes a lot when I bump the contrast up a lot.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I like that. It's just one of those group shots. Band shots are hard, and this you did a very good job with this one.
Thank you.
All right, street portraiture is not my favorite thing. Random street shots, I just think, like, I'm lost in this one. What's the focus? The bald guy, the girl walking, the NBC, the people kissing in the background actually should have been maybe the focus now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Those people embracing over there should have been the focus. Did you notice that when you were shooting it?
Actually, no, not until you just said that, but I see it. Now, I shot this over the weekend, actually, when I went up to New York, and I thought it turned out okay. I was kind of wasn't too happy about the guy in the front kind of distracting it, but other than that, I kind of like I don't really do street photography a lot, so I just try to give it a shot, see what happened.
Yeah, I'm not a big I don't do it myself really, unless I'm shooting a band or something down the street or something like that. I mean, I just saw the people kissing and embracing. That could have been a really interesting angle, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of just this whole scene.
Yeah, that I should have. I need something I need to work on, I guess. Just try it more,
Sure.
get better with it.
Yeah, and you got to find something. I don't know. Something's got to pop out. And in
Right.
this case, there was nothing popping that's in focus. It's actually that out of focus area that I noticed that looked like it could have been the main focus.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I should have focused on something more.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Something going on. Okay, we've got your hunter friend again.
Yes, this is his dad. We were up at his cabin, and he was cooking dinner, and I decided another environmental portrait. So, yeah, I kind of like how it turned out with the guns and the heads of the animals.
Oh
hanging
yeah, yeah. That's this is an environmental portrait. This is what I live to do. I love telling the story of a whole scene, and it's the opposite of what I used to do when I started. I used to shoot so many tight headshots, and then I was like, wait a second, it's all about the scene, and you did a killer job here because you've got everything. He's cooking, he's not looking at you. You can see all of the heads on the wall, whether it's all the way in the back or all the way to the left, but you have all the guns. You've got, I mean, you know this is a hunter's haven.
Yeah.
So it's exposed well, because if you were doing anything but manual, it would have come out too dark because of the lights in the ceiling.
Right.
And I don't care about blown out areas in photos as long as the main focus is nice and, well, looks good. And this looks good.
Thank you.
I like that. And this is 215, so Philly area code.
Yes.
I like this. I know you had a different one. You called it Frozen Philly. I wasn't a big fan of that one because it didn't give enough of the city. What I like about this are the row homes. You've got the row homes, you've got the street, you've got the empty lot to the left, and anybody who's been to Philly or grown up, and you even have a project in there too. Where was this taken?
Me and my buddy had a job down at Temple, shooting dorms. Like
All right. Yeah,
uh,
let me interrupt you there. For those of you who don't know, Temple University is not exactly in the best part of town. It borders with not the good parts of town.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got to go on a scissor lift, pretty high above the buildings, and had an awesome shot of the city. So I took the advantage and took the shot. Came out pretty good, I thought.
14 to 24?
I believe so. I'm not really. I took it a while ago, so I kind of forget. Most likely, yeah.
I mean, I like it. I'm assuming the color didn't work as well.
Again, I think the color would have worked, but I was just feeling the black and white more.
I mean, I love it. It really personifies the city very well, and I think that's because of the row homes in the front, the city all the way in the background. It's really showing because that's what Philly's all about. It's all about the row homes and those open spaces and the probably drug dealers and all of that other good stuff. But I think it really shows everything. It shows, from the row homes to the high rises and everything. And there's trees. I mean, that is Philly. This screams Philly to me. And you should probably send it to like Philly Magazine or something, and maybe somebody will want to do something with it. But this is a cool, awesome shot that I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is this Philly again?
Yeah, this is Philadelphia.
Which buildings? Rouse buildings?
Maybe. It was, trying to think where it was. I can't remember.
Probably
it was,
like Market or something.
Yeah, I believe it was Market.
This is cool. I mean, this is one of those shots that you look at it and you have to, well, I actually just thought of Tron because it's kind of Tron-esque, but it's like an optical illusion because it could be running this way, but you're looking straight up on the buildings. And it's cool. I'd like to see more contrast and a little bit more color pumped into it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about re-editing it.
I don't know. This is a cool photo, again, because now I look deeper. I see the reflection of the building on the right and the reflection on the building on the left, and vice versa. This is one of those. This is a cool photo, again, that, I don't know, it's like the mirror. They're looking at each other, but everything that's on the left is there on the right, just in a different place because it's a reflection.
Right.
Tell me, did you shoot straight up?
Yeah, actually shots looking straight up. Actually kind of uncomfortable, but it came out pretty awesome, I thought.
Yeah, this is killer. The more I look at this, the more I'd want to print this really, really big and like hang it on the wall.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about getting it printed. Really huge, actually.
Well, the biggest print that AdoramaPix does is 24 by 36. I'd still want to go even bigger.
Yeah.
This is a 40 by 60 shot, 50 by 80. Whatever size it can go really big. Because this is, I like this shot a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that one. I like the last two. You know, this. There's a ton of them that I like so far. The reason I had you put this in there. Oh, now I see that's a door on the left-hand side. The angle's off slightly.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
pumped up the
yeah.
color using vibrance and saturation, right?
Slightly.
I
Yeah.
don't mind that. I don't care. I like that. I think an HDR fan would have a nice field day with this because they totally make it go front to back with major colors. I just
Yeah.
think the angle's off slightly. Maybe if you came back, yeah. You know what? I think if the angle was tilted properly, then the door wouldn't be much of a problem because then it's showing you that you're entering the greenhouse and all the plants are there, and it would just make it look more symmetrical. This is one of those shots where even to the left, even to the right, even with the door there, would have made it a pretty cool shot. Not as good as some of the others we've seen here, but if you were telling the story, if you were telling this as a part of a story for a magazine or something, this would be a killer image as long as those lines got straight.
Yeah, it needs to be straightened. I can fix that in like 5 seconds.
You
but-
could fix it in 5 seconds, and then you would be cropping,
No, I mean I could straighten it out in Photoshop.
and then it would be cropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it cuts off part of it, but no, that would work. I wouldn't be afraid to do. I've done it. I think once. I did it once in a
Yeah.
photo. It's not, whatever. It gets it right. You're the only one who knows it's done. But yeah, you could see that if that was lined up straight, I think it would be another one of those shots. So that's the last one, isn't it?
I believe so.
So you have some really killer shots in here. If I were you and you were putting together a portfolio of environmental portrait shots, I'd totally dump the I wouldn't even use the, well, if those guys were in the drama club, right? I was just saying maybe I would get rid of that shot, but if you had a shot of those guys backstage, hanging out in a room, sitting
Yeah.
on sofas, a wide angle shot, then it would be all right to have that shot followed by that group shot. And same thing with the deer. Have the deer hanging there and then show the hunter in the kitchen. So if you did mini story, I mean it's a very mini story, but I think your work lends very well to stories, environmental portraits, not just one image to rule it all, but multiple images to tell the story, especially the way that you're doing it with the 14 to 24. I love that, and I think your environmental portraits are killer and right on.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So, any feedback for me on this?
No, I mean it helps to know what other people think. I always like when people critique my stuff. I just like it always helps me improve. So I'm always
I mean, as you can see, my style of critiquing is more about the elements, more about framing, composition, more so than exposure and, I don't know, getting overly technical. If it grabs me when I look at it and goes boom, then awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I love the wide angles. I'd like to see more stuff at some point. I'd like to see you keep going with that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I plan on doing a lot more environmental portraits because I really enjoy doing it. So.
Good.
Cool.
All right, so I am going to wrap it up. I'll be sure to post, I guess, this link. So leave this here, leave the link, and I'll be sure to add it to the thingamabobber, the video. So that is going to wrap up another rapid-fire AdoramaPix. Let me reverse that. AdoramaPix rapid-fire photo critique. Andy, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Great job. Jared Polin, Fro. Wait, I'm going to stop myself. If you want to enter or have me critique 10 of your best shots, send an email to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com with the subject line AdoramaPix rapid fire critique. Put that in the subject line. Make sure they're your best shots. I want to see the best of the best of the best because you shouldn't be putting out shots that you aren't happy with, and I will let you know if I'm not happy with them. So that's about it. Here we go now. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya!